So tip is up in game 1 of 2 here from Maryville High School. Goes to Crown Point, controlled by Blake Bonin. Crown Point wearing their visiting whites with red trim. Bulldogs across the chest, numbers on the front and back, no names across. White socks. Top of the key controlled by Sasha Stefanovic. Lost it, kicked back out to Josh Bergquist. Now to Bonin. Crown Point moving the ball quickly here in the first position around the perimeter. Dribble drive, 14-foot jumper for Crown Point, and Bergquist no good. Weak side rebound brought down by Kanan Cooper for the Indians.
Lots of patience, but they still didn't get a very good shot out of it.
Portage wearing their home reds. Portage across the top. Black trim, white socks, red shoes for all the Indians tonight. Moving right to left on your radio dial. With it for the Indians, left wing is Jordan Collazo. Collazo drives baseline, picks it up, guarded by Bergquist, and kicks it back out to Shamari Lewis, who will drive inside and then take it back out. Lewis working on Galen, should be a good matchup to look for tonight. Collazo now with a left wing.
Portage is very patient. Looks to me like Crown Point is in a box and one.
Shamari Lewis with the drive to the left side, no good. Rebound picked up on the weak side by Nathan Sherry. His baseline jumper, no good. And a rebound brought down by Tyler McCann. McCann dishes to Shamari Lewis, who drives the paint and floats it up with his right hand. First points of the night. 2-0 Indians. 6:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs now with it, looking to push. Dribbled to the left side by Bergquist. Bergquist over to Jeffers. Inside is Jeffers on the baseline. Baseline lays it up and in with 2 hands for Jeffers.
Right there's an example of getting the ball down inside. I thought Jeffers did a nice job of taking the ball to the basket.
So 2-2 ball game. Jumper put up by Kanan Cooper is no good. And the rebound by Stefanovic over to Galen. 3-ball baseline. Grant Galen scores. 5-2 Crown Point.
That's a little different tonight. He didn't hit a basket. But I think he's the type of player that once he gets hot, he's going to be very hot for the remainder of the night.
With it now for the Indians is Shamari Lewis, left wing, top of the key. Kick the right side to Jordan Collazo, who pops the 3, no good. Ball saved by the Crown Point bench by Nathan Cherry. And he shovels it right to Josh Bergquist for the Bulldogs, who will bring it back up, turnover Indians. Looking underneath for Nick Jeffers. Jeffers couldn't get a hold on it, and it will go out of bounds and go back to the Bulldogs.
We think Jeffers is trying to make his move before he caught the ball. We'll see what happens here. Out of bounds play. They scored the other night off of out of bounds play.
Coach, you mentioned how the psychology changes a bit in these types of games in tournament play. We saw a lot of turnovers early on Tuesday night with Valpo and Crown Point. No jitters for Grant Galen, who scores once again from 28 feet on the left wing. 6 points for Galen now, and it's an 8-2 ball game. Crown Point with the early lead. With it for the Indians now is Collazo. Almost loses it. Finds Shamari Lewis, who kicks it out to Tyler McCann.
I think they'll let him shoot all night.
Right wing jumper from McCann is no good.
Good save. Oh!
Jeffers. And Jeffers was underneath the basket, fouled hard by McCann underneath. Jeffers grabbing his left eye. Seems to be okay. Both players hit the deck.
He did a nice job of faking, and he actually got hammered on that fake, but he's going to shoot 2 shots.
First foul of the night for Tyler McCann and the Indians, as Jeffers catching his breath and shaking it off will go to the line for 2.
What Crown Point ends up doing is trying to catch the center asleep, and that's an example right there. Blake Bonin made the long pass. But we'll see what happens for the remainder of the game. Very early in the ball game.
First free throw attempt by Jeffers is no good. You can still see him squinting that left eye a bit after the hard foul by McCann. Second free throw for Jeffers is good. So 3 points for Nick, 9-2 Crown Point. Bringing it up quickly for the Indians is Collazo. Collazo keeping himself drive left side and have it knocked away by Bergquist. And they will call the foul on Josh. So Collazo will go to the line for the Indians. That'll be the first foul for Crown Point and Bergquist.
Let me tell you one thing. Collazo is left-handed, very left-handed. He took the ball to the right side of the floor and attacked the middle with his left hand. You got to take that away from him. You got to make him go to his right. A little coach in me still.
Just a little bit. Collazo at the stripe, shooting 75% on the year. from the free throw line. First is good, so first points of the night for Jordan. Makes it a 9-3 ball game. 4:45 left to go here in the first frame from Maryville High School. First of two tonight on the Region Sports Network. Chesterton and Maryville will follow after this one.
They brought a sub in for Nick Jeffers. He must have a little blood running from his nose, and he's going to get it taken care of right now.
So second free throw for Collazo, taking his time. A couple of dribbles at the line. Rainbow shot, nothing but net. So Collazo makes both free throws. Not unlike him. 9-4 now the score. 4:40 left to go here in the first quarter. With it for the Bulldogs is Stefanovic. Feeds underneath for Andrew Keneally, who's checked in for Jeffers. Bad shot for Keneally off the bench. Rebound brought down to the weak side by Shamari Lewis. Lewis brings it up the floor quickly, finds Collazo top of the key. Collazo will pop the three from the right wing, no good. And rebound brought down by Stefanovic. Over to Bonin. Bonin was looking for the inlet bounce pass for Keneally. Keneally was a little bit behind it. You saw what Blake was trying to do there. Andrew had a step on the defense, but just ahead of him was the pass. Turnover back to the Indians.
Well, they're trying to beat Portage down the floor. I don't think that was a very good pass. It was a bounce pass from three-quarters court.
Top of the key for Portage, Tim Bryant gets underneath for Tyler McCann. Pops up the air ball from 3 feet, and the rebound recovered by Bonin and the Bulldogs. Up with it now is Berquist. Cross court now for Bonin, right wing. Stefanovic. Now to Berquist. Back to Bonin working on Collazo. Bonin, three ball, left wing, no good. Planks off the back of the rim, and rebound brought down in the paint by Tyler McCann. McCann with a big body underneath. Should be a force for Crown Point to reckon with. Off the boards all night. Tim Bryant almost lost it on the near side by the Crown Point fans, but recovered. And Portage continues with their possession. It's Bryant once again. Collazo, top of the key, was feeding for Lewis. Lewis lost it. Fast break now for Stefanovic. And Stefanovic lays it out wide open with his left hand. First points of the night for Sasha.
Very alert play by Stefanovic. He intercepted the pass and beat the opposition down the floor.
11-4, Bulldogs with the early lead over Portage. 2:50 left to go here in the first quarter. With it for the Indians is Bryant. Now to Lewis, who will hand it back off to Collazo. High ball screen set by McCann. Collazo dribbles around to the left side. Puts up a floater from 5 feet, no good. Strong side rebound brought down by McCann. And he was looking for the outlet in Cooper. Cooper couldn't catch up with it, and the ball will go out of bounds. And back to the Bulldogs.
Bono's doing a real nice job on Cooper. He's trying to post him up, but I don't think he's going to.
Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Cherville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541. They are online at rkmissgroup.com. Three ball, right side for Grant Galon. 3 for 3 from the perimeter is Grant, 9 points. Sinks it 14-4, 10-point lead for the Bulldogs, and a timeout for the Indians after the shot. Rick Snodgrass is going to have a talk with his team. Cannot afford to be in such a deficit early on against this Bulldog team, Coach.
Well, I think he needs to keep the ball from Galon. Once I said Galon starts off hot, he will remain that way throughout the ball game. He's 3 for 3. He's got good looks at the basket. He's very deadly from the three-point line. So we'll see if the trend holds the straight line, because last night Michigan City got the lead and held on. In the first game against Crown Point fell behind early and ended up winning. But we'll see what trends is available to us right now.
Folks, let us know you're listening tonight, and send us an email over at fanmail@regionsports.com. We'll make sure and give you a shout-out during the broadcast. That's fanmail@regionsports.com. Off the timeout, Indians on the inbounds. It's Tim Bryant with it in the paint. Bryant lost his footing, fell down, was swarmed by 3 white jerseys. And they will call a jump ball, and it will go to the Indians.
Tim Bryant tried to find a seam that time. There was not seam there.
Baseline inbounds, three-pointer off the ball for Kanan Cooper is no good. And rebound for Josh Berquist. Berquist will bring it up the floor himself, had it knocked away by Kanan Cooper, but recovered. Over to Galon, now to Bonin. Grant Galon 3 for 3 from the perimeter. Inside feed for Bonin. Nice rotation by the Indians. Andrew Keneally with a nice dish for Blake. lays it in with his right hand, 16-4, Crown Point.
Good start by Crown Point.
Tim Bryant now with it for the Indians, turns it over in the paint, stripped away by Blake Bonin. Blake will keep it himself. Weak defense for Portage. Bonin outside. Stefanovic. Berquist, 3-ball baseline. Nothing but net. Crown Point is getting the ball to go tonight, folks. 19-4 Bulldogs early on the first quarter.
Oh, bad out there. They helped there.
Underneath speed was Nathan Cherry with the basket. And his first points of the night. So cuts the lead to 13 with 78 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Inbounds underneath. Galen, 3 from the baseline.
4 for 4.
Mercy.
What a start by Crown Point. 22-6.
22-6. 12 points for Grant Galen. 4 for 4 from the perimeter. I think whatever Blake Bonin had on Tuesday was contagious. So Portage looking underneath for Shamari Lewis. Lewis couldn't get a handle of it. Out of bounds, another turnover, 4th of the quarter for the Indians. Back to Crown Point, working on a 13-point lead. Or excuse me, a 16-point lead as it's 22-6.
Your math, I would question your math there.
Well, the scoreboard's a little
I know that.
Here, yeah.
I know that. I'm just kidding you.
I know. I appreciate that, though. Keeps me on my toes. It was Shane Bukowski looking underneath for Stasha Stefanovic, but a turnover. Back to Portage. Jordan Colazo, the lefty, with a 14-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Bukowski. Bukowski will keep it himself. Crossover dribble underneath, shoot for Bukowski. Gets to go. 24-6 now, Bulldogs. Another turnover for Portage.
One shot.
As the Indians are looking to move a little quick here. They trail by 18 in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs look to keep it with 15 seconds left to go here in the frame.
Got to move the basketball.
With the for the Bulldogs is Berquist, over to Stefanovic. Now to Keneally, top of the key to Bukowski. In the game for Bonin. Galen now with it, 12 points in the quarter. 30-foot 3 put up by Galen. That's going to hurt his stats a little bit. He's 4 for 5 now. Nonetheless, what a start for the Bulldogs. 24-6 after 1. We'll take a timeout and come back with the second right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com. At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131. And online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane, 1-800-837-1400 or online at McShanes.com. High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
We've got prep basketball here on the Region Sports Network, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Start of the second quarter here. Bulldogs with the basketball. Blake Bonin with some fancy moves at center court, wowing the crowd. Broke the ankles of Shamari Lewis. And off that, a 3-ball by Sasha Stefanovic is good. Sasha scores from the perimeter. Crown Point has their stroke, 27-6. Bulldogs with a dominating lead here in the first half.
Well, it was dominating. If that was the fourth quarter, we could say it's dominating lead, but I would tell you what, Portage is a very, very good offensive team. I think some of these guys are a little nervous right now.
16-foot jumper put up by Kanan Cooper. Good, just off of the free throw line. So first points of the night for Kanan, and it's 27-9 now. Baseline 3, Grant Galen, no good. Galen, 12 points in the first quarter, has missed his last 2 from outside. Colazzo will keep it himself. Dish underneath for Tim Bryant. And Bryant went up for the basket and the foul.
There's an example of the size paying off for Crown Point. Nice block by Sasha Sabatovic. Oh, they called a foul. I didn't see that.
Yep, called the foul. Foul will go against Stefanovic. And scoreboard showing 27-9. Was that? Did they call that a 3 for Cooper? They must have.
Must have been a 3-point shot.
So it looks like 2 from here. So my mistake, folks. It's now 27-10. Crown Point with the lead as the first free throw for Tim Bryant was good.
I think at this stage of the game, you don't want to do a lot with your lineup. You're playing very well. Crown Point's playing very well. They got Jeffers back in there. So I think they got their starting lineup in there. So if they just would relax and take the ball to the basket.
Second free throw for Bryant is good. Bulldogs back the other way. Turnover underneath. And recovered by Kanan Cooper. Cooper pops a 3 from the left wing, no good. Weak side rebound. Shamari Lewis puts up a putback from about 8 feet. That's no good. And the rebound brought down by Stefanovic, who will bring it up quickly for the Bulldogs. Galen to Bonin on the perimeter. Back to Galen, top of the key. Working on Bryant. Gets underneath the paint. Back outside to Stefanovic. And it was Bergquist with the jumper from the perimeter.
He got fouled behind the 3-point line, so he'll get 3 shots.
Yep, Josh was fouled. And the foul will go against Jordan Colazzo. That's his first. And so 3 free throws now for Josh Bergquist, working on a 3-point performance so far this evening. 1 for 1 from the perimeter. First of 3 is good for Josh.
Is that the first foul on Colazzo?
First foul on Colazzo, second team foul. McCain has the other.
I forget to look at the scoreboard.
Second one for Bergquist is good. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by Z Alloy Metal Distribution in Crown Point. Z Alloy wishes Clint Swan the best of luck this season, and in turn we would like to thank the folks at Z Alloy for their support of the broadcast of Crown Point boys and girls basketball. Z Alloy, Crown Point Industry, supporting Crown Point basketball. Josh Bergquist takes all 3 free throws after the foul by Colazzo and extends the Crown Point lead to 19, 30-11, 6:15 to go here in the first half.
I think defense is the key for Crown Point right now.
With it for the Indians, left wing is Lewis. Over to Bryant. Bryant dribble drive right side and puts up a 2-handed shot underneath the basket. Scores. So 4 points for Bryant. Nice move there by Tim. 30-13, Crown Point. Other side for the Bulldogs, moving the ball around the rotation quickly once again. It's Jeffers, cross court to Bergquist. Bergquist now to Bonin. Wide pass for Bergquist. Held on to it a little long. Blake couldn't get a handle on it. Turnover for Crown Point, back to the Indians.
The only thing that's going to create some problem for Crown Point if they turn the ball over without getting a shot.
Well, Portage is hanging with Crown Point now. It's 7-6 on the quarter. Unfortunately for the Indians, it was 24-6 after 1. 30-13 now. Colazzo looks underneath for Bryant once again. Bryant dribbles baseline, comes back around. Nice move there by Tim Bryant, dribbling around the defense and scores from the left side. 6 points for Tim. 30-15 now. Crown Point doubling up the Indians. 5:20 to go here in the first half. Underneath Blake Bonin, couldn't get it to go. Rebound brought down by Noah Morales at the bottom of the rim. Back outside to Grant Galen. And Grant Galen from the right side scores once again.
That's 4 threes for him.
That's 5.
5. I lost one in there. That's good.
Points.
That's good. If you're a Crown Point fan, I would say, yeah.
5 for 7 for Grant Galen from the field. And Tim Bryant with a little floater from 12 feet. Scores for the Indians. 33-17. Moving quickly. Travel underneath for Nick Jeffers. Turns it over. Back to the Indians. Portage looking to push and cut this lead as much as they can going to the locker room. 4:45 left to go here in the second quarter. A lot of scoring so far. Jordan Colazzo drives the baseline.
That's his second foul. That's a huge foul for Portage.
And
they got to keep him in there.
Colazzo will be called with the charge on Jeffers. Good job underneath by Nick getting his feet set. Second foul, as Coach said, for Jordan Colazzo. Sasha Stefanovic will check back in for the Bulldogs as Noah Morales has a seat.
Set play by Crown Point.
And we mentioned in the pregame show, Coach, the Misprint pregame show, that we'd see a different look from Crown Point. They scored 37 points in their game on Tuesday and have 33 in just under a quarter and a half here tonight. Recovery off the bobble is Stefanovic for Crown Point. Gets it out to Berquist, right wing, working on Jenkins from Portage. Berquist dribbles left side, ball screen set by Jeffers. Berquist underneath. Portage looking for the travel, and they will get it.
He's trying to do too much with the basketball. You know, move the ball around, get the ball inside out. You can't afford to come down the floor and not get a shot.
So bringing it back up the floor for the Indians is Collazo. Right wing for Bryant. Back to Cooper. Cooper, three ball, top of the key, wide right. Rebound McCann, and the putback is no good. And it will go off of McCann.
Jefferson had a hard time holding on the ball tonight. I don't know. Maybe it's that bloody nose. But anyway.
Yeah, he had a hard foul in the first quarter, was rattled a little bit, had to have a seat, and he's got, looks like he's got some tissue shoved up his nostrils there as he was bleeding from the nose a little bit, had to have a seat, and who knows, that could be distracting him. With it now for the Bulldogs is Berquist, dribbles around to the left side, back out to Stefanovic. Stefanovic guarded by Jenkins, an excellent defender for the Indians. Underneath Jeffers, back outside for Galen. 15 points in the night so far. Berquist now with the left wing. Over to Stefanovic on the baseline. Looking on Lewis once again, and Stefanovic lost it.
I think it was a foul on that time on Kanan Cooper.
So it was on Cooper. And that will go against him and his first. Cooper averaging 14 a game. Just a three ball so far tonight. Off the inbounds with it is Bonin. Back out to Galen. Galen fell down, was tripped by a defender. No foul called. Blake recovered back near center court. Now Jeffers in the backcourt. Stefanovic rotates around to the left side, dribbles between his legs, working on Bryant. Back over to Bonin right side. Grant Galen pops another three. Man, he's in range anywhere on the court right now. Grant Galen putting on a heck of a performance. 18 points in the first half. He's found a sweet spot on the left wing, 36-17 Bulldogs. Underneath it's Tyler McCann, can't find it. Bounce off the backboard, weak side rebound, brought down by Galen. Over to Bonin, baseline three, put up by Josh Berquist. Is good. Berquist scores 9 points in the night for Josh. And Rick Snodgrass is going to have to use another timeout as his team now trails by 22, 39-17. It'll be a full timeout for the Indians. We'll take one as well right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Who would have thunk it?
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
After the timeout off the inbounds, it's Collazo for the Indians, kicking it back to the left wing for Tim Bryant. Over to McCann for the Indians, and thank you for joining us tonight here on another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on 90.5 FM, WRTW, and RegionSports.com. Underneath it's Kanan Cooper with a little floater from 5 feet scores for the Indians. 5 points now for Kanan. Takes the lead to an even 20, 39-19. Crown Point with the advantage over Portage with just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And the first of a doubleheader tonight on the Region Sports Network in sectional number 2 of the 4A state tournament. Chesterton and Maryville will follow tonight, fighting for a right to advance, and they will play the winner of this game tomorrow night.
I think they call a foul on Portage.
They did foul one against Shamari Lewis. That's his first. So Crown Point with the inbounds near center court. Back out to Grant Galen. Grant Galen working on an 18-point performance here in the first half. And, Coach, we mentioned it off the air. The Bulldogs with 9 3-pointers by my count. They are 9 for 13 from the perimeter.
That's pretty good.
Here in the first half. That's pretty good. Underneath cross court, it was Shamari Lewis.
Somebody was asleep there.
Fancy underneath, and Nick Jeffers came in with aggression, and Lewis will draw the foul.
Who's that foul on?
Lewis at the line, and that foul will go against Galen. That's Grant's first. So Lewis with the first of 2, looking for the bank, couldn't get it. Off the front of the rim, so we mentioned the free throw prowess of Portage, just shooting 63% from the year, and when you're trailing by 20 in the first half, that will have to improve if they're looking to get back in this one. Second free throw by Shamari Lewis off the back of the rim. So Lewis with just a field goal on the night, 0 for 2 from the stripe. Rebound brought down by the Bulldogs, and back up the floor with it at the top of the key is Josh Berquist. Right wing now for Bonin. Rainbows it back to Berquist. And rotating underneath is Ken Decker, now checked into the game. Underneath Jeffers, out to Blake Bonin. Pops the 3, no good. Bonin can't find it tonight. It's a good thing Grant Galen could if you're a Bulldog fan. Quickly in transition, it was Shamari Lewis underneath the basket again. And Lewis will draw the foul. It looks like that was Decker. But we'll wait for the official. There was a few guys underneath. Looks like that's going to go against Stefanovic. So it was Stefanovic and Decker underneath there.
I think you're going to take Stefanovic out. I think Morales is reporting it for Stefanovic.
Second foul of the night for Sasha Stefanovic. And Shamari Lewis back at the stripe and can't get the bounce.
You can't get lackadaisical. Even though you got a 20-point, I tell you, I lost the game when I had 20 points at second quarter.
Yeah,
I lost the game. I won't tell you what game it was, but it was against Valparaiso. Oh, gosh. Last game of my career. Oh, my.
That was the last game of your career?
Last game of my career. I lost a 20-point lead.
We won't bring that up again tonight, Coach.
We will never bring it up again.
Let's just not bring that up again. Shamari Lewis missed the second of 2 free throws. He's 0 for 4 from the stripe. Lead remains at 20, 39-19 as things have slowed down a bit here at the tail end of the second quarter. 1:09 to go here in the first half. And Crown Point with a 20-point advantage over the Portage Indians, looking to advance to tomorrow night to play the winner of the second game of this doubleheader in Chesterton and Maryville.
This is where they need to take a lot of time. You got 56 seconds. I would go for one shot here.
Top of the key with it is Decker. Left wing now for Morales as some substitutions have come in for the Bulldogs. Morales over to Stefanovic, and now it's Berquist. Berquist dribbles left side for Bonin. Bonin to Morales. Morales left wing now.
Reverse it.
Reverses it back out to Berquist. Now to Blake. 31 seconds left to go here in the first half. Blake dribbles around the defenders, kicks it back out, and it's Ken Decker with a floater from the free throw line, no good. And rebound brought down by the Indians, recovered by Shamari Lewis near center court. Lewis keeps it himself, lays it up with his left hand, and they'll call the travel.
It was a good call.
Yep.
He has a little hesitation in there.
That sure was.
We got 11 seconds to go. We'll see if Crown Point can get a good shot here.
So a turnover by Lewis.
That scoreboard's right my way.
Yep. Bulldogs with it. 10 seconds to go. Blake Bonin top of the key. Left wing for Jeffers. Bonin with it outside. 4 seconds to go. Blake Bonin drives inside the paint. Will draw the foul. Can't get the basket to go, but with 2.4 left in the first half, Blake Bonin will go to the line for 2.
It's ironic that the other night he was so on from the field. He was 0 for 1 from the free throw line.
Well, when you score 23,
well,
and you're 9 for 11 from the perimeter.
I know.
You can let some things slide, I guess.
No, you can't let anything slide.
Okay.
No, you got.
I guess that's the wrong guy to say that to. Blake Bonin with his first free throw is good. There you go, Coach. Blake shooting 87% from the stripe on the year, so an excellent free throw shooter. Made the first 40-19 Crown Point. Second free throw for Blake is good as well, taking the lead to 22. 2.4 seconds left to go off the inbounds for the Indians.
22-point lead. Who would have thunk it? Not me. Not you.
Not me.
If they don't foul here, that would go over well.
So quickly, 2 seconds left to go with it for the Indians. Collazo.
Oh, dear.
And it had a good line, but no good for Collazo. That'll be the end of the first half. 41-19. Crown Point with the lead over Portage. We'll go to the locker room. Coach East and I will take a time out and come back with the halftime show right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, sky trail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Cherryville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same, and life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Concussions occur when trauma to the head or spine temporarily interferes with brain function. Seeking medical care as soon as possible is important in making a full recovery and reduces the risk of developing long-term problems. The concussion clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart have a team of medical professionals experienced in evaluating and treating concussions. If you have a head or neck injury, don't wait. Head to the experts. For a head injury on the field, the court, or the ice, the phone number of the concussion clinics is 219-836-4461.
Dr. Paul Wolf and Dr. Sharif McHale of Northwest Oral Surgeons share over 40 years' experience in wisdom teeth extractions, general extractions, oral surgeries, and dental implants. Procedures are done in a comfortable and relaxing atmosphere with general anesthesia or sedation. Northwest Oral Surgeons features 2 locations in Northwest Indiana. In Munster, the number is 836-0044, and in Cherryville, the number is 322-0501. Or you can find us on the web at northwestoralsurgeons.com. Smith Ford on Route 2 in Lowell is Northwest Indiana's straightforward, no-bull Ford dealer. Smith Ford has a great selection of new Fords like the new Fusion and C-Max hybrids that are rated at 47 miles per gallon highway and city. Smith Ford also has a selection of fine pre-driven vehicles, and the service and parts departments are open 6 days a week to get you in and out in a timely fashion. Smith Ford on Route 2 in Lowell. The website is smithfordlowell.com. Quality, family, convenience, trust. The 4 interlocking diamonds that symbolize United Federal Credit Union represent our commitment to our members. Quality, what we strive for in every transaction. Family, we have products and financial advice for every stage of life, like we would for our own family. Convenience, we are constantly adding ways to make our products more convenient, like mobile banking, online banking, and 24-hour telephone banking. Service, our service-oriented staff will take the time to get to know you on a personal level. United Federal Credit Union in Griffith. We'll get you there. High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network, live tonight on 90.5 FM WRTW, the Key, and around the world on the internet at regionsports.com. I'm Brandon Alexander. He's the Hall of Famer Jim East. We're at Maryville High School. It's halftime. It's the first of 2 games tonight. Coming at you on the Region Sports Network. Crown Point with a 41-19 lead over the Portage Indians in the locker room. Just an unbelievable offensive performance by the Bulldogs in the first half, led by Grant Galen. Galen with 18 points, Coach, 6 for 9 from the perimeter in the first half. We saw a very, very similar performance, almost deja vu, but instead of 10, it's 30 this time. Put up the fireworks for Crown Point tonight.
Well, you know, when a kid gets hot like that, the other night he just didn't get any kind of rhythm at all. The first 3 shots he missed and so forth. I think it got to him psychologically, but he hit his first shot tonight, and I think everything was a go from then on.
Taking a look at the scoring for the Bulldogs, we just said Grant Galen leads all scorers with 18. Nick Jeffers putting in 3. Josh Berkowitz with 9, 3 for 3 from the line, and a couple of threes as well. Same Bukowski with a basket, as well as Sasha Stefanovic with a field goal, as well as a three-pointer. He's got 5 points. And then Blake Bonin adding a field goal and a couple of free throws with 4 as well. So the scoring spread out very nicely for the Bulldogs. They outscored themselves in all of the game from Tuesday night. They only scored 37 against Valpo. They've got 41 at halftime tonight against Portage. Taking a look at the Indians, 5 points for Kanan Cooper. 2 for 4 from the field. Shamari Lewis with a couple as well. Lewis having a hard time tonight from the charity stripe. He's 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Nathan Cherry with a basket. Tim Bryant leading Portage with 8 points. And Jordan Colazzo just contributing 2 thus far. Portage is 17-8 on the season. They defeated LaPorte Tuesday night 61-47. A convincing victory against the Slicers, the DAC foe, and I thought that the Indians would come in tonight with a little bit of swagger, as it was predicted to be a pretty even matchup between the Indians and the Bulldogs. As if you look at the talent on both teams, the individual matchups as well as the team matchups look pretty even. You might give the advantage to Crown Point just based on their size, but if you would have told me that either team was going to be leading by 22 at halftime, I probably would have called you crazy or something else.
An indicator is, I thought Portage walked off the floor. Their heads were down. I thought Crown Point ran off the floor. So there's a difference right there. Now what the coach has to do for Portage is to get them back into the flow of the game. You can't talk about being down 22 points. You got to say, okay, this quarter we're going to try to outscore them 10 points.
Okay.
Break it down step by step, and then the fourth quarter we got a chance, but. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. If Crown Point comes out of a locker room and scores the first couple baskets, it's all over.
Well, that's all you can really say with a lead like this or a deficit like this if you're the Indians. You just have to chip away.
Yep.
You just have to take it one possession at a time and cut away. And they did a very good job in the second quarter, did the Indians, of keeping pace with the Bulldogs. It was 24-6. After the first quarter, so they had an 18-point deficit after the first, and they go into the locker room
17-13.
Right. So they kept pace with them in the second quarter, but the 22-point deficit now at halftime, just under 3 minutes to go here into the second half. Again, these teams playing for a chance to advance to the sectional championship, which will be right here at Maryville High School tomorrow night, and they will play the winner of our second game tonight here on the Region Sports Network. Make sure and stay tuned for Maryville and Chesterton, who will be tipping off directly after this one. Should be right around 7:30 or so, and that will be coming to you with Tim Branken and I right here on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 The Key, and of course on regionsports.com. Coach East and I are going to take another timeout here on the halftime show. About 2.5 to go until the second half, and get some stats handed to us as well. Coach East will go over those when we rejoin you right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
regionsports.com. Dr. Paul Wolf and Dr. Sharif McHale of Northwest Oral Surgeons share over 40 years' experience in wisdom teeth extractions, general extractions, oral surgeries, and dental implants. Procedures are done in a comfortable and relaxing atmosphere with general anesthesia or sedation. Northwest Oral Surgeons features 2 locations in Northwest Indiana. In Munster, the number is 836-0044, and in Schererville, the number is 322-0501. Or you can find us on the web at northwestoralsurgeons.com. Since 1922, Smith Chevy in Hammond and Smith Chevy in Lowell have been working hard to earn trust as quality auto dealers for Northwest Indiana. With a wide range of new Chevrolets like the all-new Impala and the 35 miles per gallon Cruze, and plenty of certified pre-owned vehicles in stock, Smith Chevy tries to make the sales process as simple as possible by matching customers to the vehicle that fits them best. And Smith Chevy has the highest rated service department in Chicagoland. Smith Chevrolet, the first new car option.
Lincoln Carryout's located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
We got prep basketball here on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 FM WRTW and around the world on the internet at regionsports.com. That's brought to you by the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDriveChicago.com. Clock ticking at the halftime show, Coach.
I'm going to play a game with you.
Okay.
Tell me which team's ahead. One team is shooting 61.9% from the field,
yes.
80% from the free throw line.
Okay.
The other team is shooting 30.4% from the field and 50% from the line.
Okay, I'm not an expert and I don't have the experience that you do, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the former has the lead right now.
I think you're correct.
You think I'm correct? Okay. 41-19, Crown Point with the advantage, and it is my guess. I don't have Jimmy's stat sheet in front of me, but Crown Point was the former in those stats. No, it's all yours, boss.
No, it's all yours. Now you're going to have me reading stats, and I'm not very good at that.
Underway here in the second half. It's Portage Indian basketball with it at the top of the key for the Red Indians is Jordan Collazo. Collazo drives right side.
Oh.
And a blocking foul called against Crown Point. So Collazo will go to the line for the and one. Good way to start the second half for the Indians. Sets the lead to 20.
I'm not sure that was a very good call, but I've disagreed with the officials before.
Have you?
Yep.
How'd that work out for you?
It worked out very well for me.
Most of the time.
They knew I was around, but that was about it.
I'm sure you got your 2 cents in when you needed it.
Thank you for the kind remarks.
Vote of confidence. Well, you know. Jordan Collazo at the line for the and one. It is up and good. So 5 points tonight for Jordan Collazo. 41-22 Bulldogs. Moving right to left on your radio dial now is Blake Bonin and the Crown Point Bulldogs. Morales in the game.
Nice play.
Feeds underneath for Nick Jeffers, and Jeffers lays it up with his right hand.
Jeffers finally sealed his man there where he got that baseline pass and was able to score.
5 points in the night for Nick Jeffers, averaging 18 a game coming into tonight. Other side, Indians. Collazo hands it off to Cherry, back to Collazo. Collazo, 3-ball from the right elbow, or the left elbow, I should say. Is no good, but Collazo will draw the foul.
Well, you can't foul him shooting a three-point shot.
And that foul is going to go against Morales, so Collazo will go to the line for 3 shots. He's 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight thus far.
You never want a team to score with the clock stopped. Only at the end of the game do you want the clock to stop. But here's an example of getting three free throws without the clock moving at all.
Attention, region athletic directors and coaches. BSN Sports is looking to talk to you. BSN Sports is the nation's largest team dealer and have partnered with many area schools to provide game-changing solutions for uniforms, sportswear, and equipment. Their phone number for BSN Sports is 219-661-0786. Second of 3 for Collazo is good. So he is now 5 for 5 from the night.
I'm looking for a zone press here. We'll see what happens.
So Collazo makes all 3 free throws. That'll give him 7 on the evening. Bonin now with it, having a tough time, guarded tightly by Collazo. Crown Point rotating on offense again. Ball screen set by Morales. With it is Berquist. Back to Morales, right wing.
Oh, boy, they are letting them play.
Lewis, Blake Bonin. A lot of contact underneath the basket, as Coach just mentioned. 3-pointer Blake Bonin is good. Bonin scores from the right wing. 7 points now for Blake on the evening. 46-25, Crown Point with the lead. With it now for the Indians is Cooper. Cooper lays it up from the left side, is good. Scores. 7 points for Kanan. Quickly in transition, Crown Point, it's Nick Jeffers, triple teamed.
Good call.
And Jeffers will draw the foul and go to the line for 2.
He got the ball above the block, and he took the ball to his right hand, which means he took the ball towards the middle, and that's important. I'm surprised he's not shooting 2.
So they're going to call it before the shot, as Coach just alluded to, and underneath the rim with it is Bonin, and he'll get it out near center court to Berquist. Berquist, right side for Morales. Morales on the baseline. Working on Shamari Lewis. Morales and the Bulldogs rotate around the perimeter. Everybody's touched the ball on this possession. Jeffers underneath looking for space as he's double-teamed by McCann and Lewis. Berquist now with it, finds Jeffers. Jeffers back out to Morales. Spin move right side.
Good move.
Puts up the shot and draws the foul. We'll see who this goes against. If it's Lewis, that'll be his third, and it will be. So 3 fouls on Shamari Lewis.
That's a plus because Noah Morales, when he gets in there, normally never looks to shoot, and he took the ball right to the hoop, and he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Morales scoreless on the night, makes his first free throw. 47-27 Bulldogs lead back to 20. First of 2 tonight from Maryville High School. Crown Point and Portage fighting for the chance to advance here in the 4A sectional semifinal. Second free throw for Morales was good. And bringing it back up the floor, moving left to right for the Indians is Collazo. Over to Bryant, 3-pointer shut up by Kanan Cooper, no good. But the putback by Tyler McCann is good. So McCann rebounds and scores from the weak side. Back the other way in transition is Bergquist. 18-foot jumper from the left elbow is no good. And strong side rebound brought down by Kanan Cooper. Cooper to Collazo. Collazo will pop the 3 from the top of the key. Fading away. Scores. So Collazo with the tray.
Got to take some time with the basketball.
Yep, 10 points now for Collazo. Lead now 16. Grant Galon for 3 from the top of the key. Wide right. And rebound pulled down by Bryant. Bryant Collazo, 3 again for Jordan. Is good. Collazo from the left wing. 6 consecutive points for Jordan. 48-35 Bulldogs. And Blake Bowden will slow it down as this is the smallest this lead has been since the first quarter. Bowden baseline underneath for Jeffers. Spin move rejected by Tyler McCann. Recovered by Jordan Collazo. Collazo will keep it himself. Dribbling through a fury of Crown Point arms. Collazo left side puts it up. Can't get it to go. Jordan Collazo says, I'm going to put you guys on my shoulders. We're going to get back in this thing. And he's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, he's carrying load right now. He hit 2 threes. He took the ball to the basket. He had 2 free throws earlier.
He's got 11 points in the quarter, 13 in the night.
We're not even half over.
Yep, 4:37 left to go here in the third. All of a sudden, the lead is cut to 13. It was as large as 24 in the second quarter. So Collazo at the line for 2. First rainbow shot is good. Jordan Collazo 6 for 6 from the stripe tonight. Delectable steaks, pasta, seafood, and chops are why Gino's Steakhouse has been voted best in the region by the Times readers for the 8th year in a row. Gino's Steakhouse with locations in Dyer and Maryville. Visit the website at ginossteakhouse.com and like them on Facebook at facebook.com/Gino's Steakhouse. Collazo sinks his 7th free throw, gives him 13 points in the quarter, 15 on the night, 48-37 Bulldogs. With it for Crown Point on the baseline is Noah Morales. Morales dribbles left side, now drives the baseline, double team, turns it over. Tyler McCann just ripped it away underneath the basket. Indians in transition quickly. Now it's Kanan Cooper, lays it out, can't get it. Weak side rebound brought down by Nick Jeffers. Crown Point will push now. Other side, Grant Galon underneath for Morales.
All right.
And good foul there by Tyler McCann. Morales had the bunny underneath, but McCann will commit his second foul, and Morales will go to the line for 2.
2 phases of the game. Getting the lead and holding the lead. Holding the lead is probably very important to Crown Point right now. I think they're shooting too quick, way too quick.
So Morales at the line for 2 shots. Good.
That stops the bleeding for a while.
Yep, 3 for 3 from the stripe is Noah. 49-37 Bulldogs. Second free throw for Morales is good.
You need to stop right here, take your time with the basketball. There
Collazo brings it down the sideline himself, lays it up and in, and 1. Jordan Collazo doing work for the Indians. Found the lane, saw it all the way, saw that hole in the Crown Point defense, and exposed Nick Jeffers and Josh Bergquist, who were taking their time getting back up the floor. So 15 points in the quarter for Jordan Collazo, and he will try to complete the 3-point play.
They've got a
cut the lead to 10.
22-point lead to a possible 10 right here.
Collazo, free throw is good. 8 for 8 from the line is Jordan Collazo, keeping his Indians in this one. Tenacious defense by Jordan on the other end on Blake Bonin. Blake gets rid of it over to Grant Galon, dribbles left side. Now it's Bergquist. Bergquist working on Kanan Cooper. Left wing for Bonin, who will slow it down. 3:48 left to go here in the third quarter. Crown Point with a 10-point lead as the Indians have found their way back in it. Blake Bonin for three from the right wing. Scores.
They needed that.
Bonin with 6 in the quarter, 2 for 2 from the perimeter. Takes the lead back out to 13 with it as Collazo now for the Indians. Collazo feeds underneath. Baseline jumper is Nathan Cherry, no good. Weak side rebound, Tim Bryant, and Bryant gets the friendly bounce.
Jeffers not doing a job on the board right now. He needs to do a better job in rebounding the ball. I think the big guy for
Tyler McCann is busting him up underneath the basket tonight. And I had mentioned in the first quarter a big body for Tyler McCann. He just stands 6 foot, but he is a broad-shouldered young man, and he's got a lot of strength in the low post, and he's giving Nick Jeffers fits tonight. 53-42 Crown Point. Fadeaway three for Blake Bonin is an air ball. And recovery Grant Galen on the weak side. Galen will dribble it back out and get it back out to Blake, who will find Morales on the left wing. Bukowski back in the game for the Bulldogs. Back to Galen. Pops the three from the right side.
That helps.
Is good. So Grant Galen has been quiet in the second half, but he had 18 in the first, 21 now for Grant. 56-42 Bulldogs. Collazo, right wing Cooper. Cooper with a little floater scores. So 4 straight points for Cooper and Portage. Cross court now, Thane Bukowski moving quickly as Crown Point. Bukowski can't get the floater to go, but Jeffers gets the rebound and the putback. Scores and one draws the foul.
Boy, they're shooting quick. They got the rebound and put the ball back up. Got a chance for a 3-point play, but I thought that was a very quick, that's a one-pass offense.
So Tim Bryant will commit his first foul of the night. And Nick Jeffers will go to the line and look to extend his team's 14-point lead. Free throw for Jeffers is good. 59-44 Crown Point. And a 30-second timeout for Coach Clint Swan and the Bulldogs. These teams got to catch their breath. My goodness, a lot of scoring, 59-44.
It's a high score in the third quarter, isn't it?
It's a lot different than the one we had on Tuesday, isn't it, Coach? For a specialty breakfast or lunch, visit Jelly Pancake House in Maryville or Dyer. Open daily till 3 p.m. Jelly proudly offers homemade Greek yogurt smoothies, freshly squeezed orange juice, and a large gluten-free menu. Visit the website at jellypancakehouse.com. Like them on Facebook at facebook.com/Jelly Pancake House. Hey, and while you're on Facebook, for up to the second scores, news, giveaways, and a whole lot more, make sure and like the Region Sports Network at facebook.com/Region Sports. And if you're on the internet just messing around, check out this website called YouTube, because the Region Sports Network is on there as well. youtube.com/Region Sports. Video from not only current region sporting events, but also classic games going back several decades. That's youtube.com/Region Sports.
2-3 zone.
Portage off the inbounds and the timeout. With it is Tim Bryant. Can't get it underneath. Bryant fighting for his own rebound, and it will go off the foot of Tim Bryant and back to the Bulldogs with a 15-point lead. Morales inbounds the ball to Blake Bonin. Bonin brings it across the timeline, dribbles left side, working on Collazo. Bonin hands it out as Galen rotates left over to Bukowski baseline. Bukowski, guarded by Nathan Cherry, dribble drive to the outside in the paint. Bukowski put up a little floater, but was fouled. So Thane Bukowski will go to the line.
I think it was a non-shooting foul. Oh, I guess he is shooting.
Yep. So foul will go against Cherry. That's the first of the night for Nathan Cherry.
2-2-1 by Crown Point. I'm just calling it because I got the big man back here, so I'm guessing they're going to use a soft 2-2-1. 2-2-1 zone press.
First free throw for Bukowski is good. 3 points in the night for Thane, the 6'3 senior, looking to extend his basketball career at Crown Point here tonight, and his Bulldogs have a 16-point lead over the Portage Indians. Winner will face the winner of our second game here on the Region Sports Network tomorrow night, and that game will be Maryville and Chesterton. Directly following this broadcast, tip-off should be about 7:30. Bukowski missed his second free throw, and the rebound brought down by Bryant. Other side, 3 ball, shot up by Kanan Cooper, no good. And Nick Jeffers getting a little more aggressive in the post. gets the weak side rebound. Jeffers up the floor to Bonin, to Bukowski, now back to Galen. Blake Bonin on the right wing, guarded by Collazo. And Nick Jeffers, top of the key, back to Bonin. Over to Galen, now Bukowski once again top of the key, working on Bryant. Crown Point moving swiftly on the offensive side, have 60 points so far with 72 seconds left to go here in the third quarter and a 16-point lead.
That's what they do. They need to take their time.
Bukowski left wing.
Oh, he double dribbled.
Dribbles around. He did double dribble, but the referee let it slip. Portage bench was looking for it. Grant Galen drives the paint left side underneath. Got his arm slapped by a Portage defender. We'll see who the call goes against. 25 go against Cooper. That's his second.
That's not Grant's strength, taking the ball to the basket, but I'm happy to see him go to the basket and shoot a couple free throws.
Actually, that'll just be the first foul against Kanan Cooper. And Grant Galen will go to the line and make his first, so 22 points on the night for Grant Galen. The other 21 coming from the perimeter as he's 7 for 10 from outside tonight. Both free throws are good for Grant.
There's a 2-2-1.
Extends the lead back out to 18 as Portage had headed down to as low as 10 here in the third quarter. Crown Point on an 11-3 run. Underneath, it's Tim Bryant, can't get it. Rebound brought down by McCann. And McCann on the putback attempt had it knocked away by Jeffers. It'll go back to the Indians with 44.2 to go here in the third quarter.
They're not calling it ticky-tack fouls, are they?
No, they're not. They're letting them play. We've mentioned it a couple times. Collazo bounce pass underneath him off the inbounds to Cooper. Back out to Collazo. Collazo's got 17 points in the quarter. Collazo dribbles left side, spin move on Bonin. Fakes the shot, double pump, puts it up the floater. Is good.
He's good.
What a move there by Jordan Collazo. Cuts the lead back down to 16 with 30.8 to go and a whistle on the floor. What's the call here, Coach?
Well, I think that Portage handled the ball after the shot went in, and I think he's rewarding. The next one is a technical foul.
Okay. So Morales will inbound it off the official timeout. And Portage laying on the press. Morales gets it into Blake Bonin right underneath Coach East and I in the southwest corner at the Maryville gym. Morales takes it across the timeline left side, guarded by Bryant. Now Jeffers in the backcourt, cross-court bounce pass for Morales, and it was wide. Morales just gave up on it, let it go out of bounds to the Crown Point bench, so they'll turn it back over to Portage. And the Indians will look for the last shot here in the third quarter. With 15 seconds left to go, they trail by 16. Walking across half court is Jordan Collazo, and Collazo is guarded by Thane Bukowski for the first time tonight as Blake Bonin is over here working on Kanan Cooper. Collazo pops the three from the top of the key. No good. McCann gets the putback, and Tyler can't get it to go either. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 62-46. Crown Point with the advantage. Back and forth quarter here from Maryville. Coach East and I will come back with the fourth right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Green 18! Green 18!
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
Start of the fourth quarter here from Maryville High School in the semifinal of Sectional 2 of the 4A basketball tournament. 62-46, Crown Point with the lead over the Portage Indians. Tim Bryant with a three ball from the right side on the baseline is no good. And the weak side rebound brought down by Blake Bonin and Crown Point. Bonin loses his footing at half court, keeps his dribble, Impressive move there by Blake Bonin. Retains possession and gets over to Sasha Stefanovic. Underneath for Nick Jeffers. Spin move. And the foul will be on the floor. We want to thank you all for joining us tonight on another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. Visit ChevyDriveChicago.com. What do you got for me, Coach?
Well, what they're doing, Portage playing behind Jeffers. So they're allowing him to get the ball. They're going to drop a guy down and so forth. So they really have frustrated Jeffers by playing behind. Most teams will deny the ball. But we'll see what happens. But he's going to get the ball a lot this last quarter. He should get the ball a lot. He should get the ball a lot this last quarter.
Crown Point now in the bonus. So Nick Jeffers shooting the first of a 1-and-1 made it, and the second one no good. And the board brought down by Jordan Collazo, who had just a monster of a third quarter, scoring by my count looked like 16 points. I think I said 17 earlier. That was a little bit of an exaggeration. Collazo pops a three ball from the baseline. There he is.
He's good.
He scores for three again. That's his third three of the evening. And the lead down to 14, 63-49 Crown Point. Tenacious defense by Portage. Slapping it away from Sasha Stefanovic, having a hard time, and he turns it over. Recovered by Kanan Cooper. Cooper will keep it himself, but Stefanovic recovers and will foul Cooper on his approach to the basket. Portage is picking up the pace. They're playing excellent defense in the full court, and they have found themselves back in this one. They trail by 14. 6:52 left to go here in the fourth. Kanan Cooper at the line for two. First one is no good.
This is where Crown Point really needs to exploit the defense of Portage.
So Cooper with 9 points on the evening, and his Indians trail by 14.
They're going to get trap pressed.
Second of two by Cooper is good. Trap pressed by the Indians, as Coach predicted, and Josh Berquist will get it. And he will get
boy.
Berquist turns it over, but they'll call the foul on Cooper. Kanan Cooper.
Whoa.
And Cooper leaves
That's
the ball in the backcourt. The official is not too happy about that, but they'll let it go. They're letting him go. Jordan Collazo, I think, saved his teammate on that one. As Jordan ran back into the backcourt, picked up the ball, handed it back to the official.
That might have saved the technical foul right there.
Gave him a little pat on the back, said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry." And so now Josh Berquist at the line with a 1-and-1 for the Bulldogs and a 13-point lead. First of 1-and-1 is good. So Berquist with 10 points on the night now. After a 9-point first half, he was scoreless in the third quarter, 64-50 Crown Point. Second of 1-and-1 is no good, and the board for Tim Bryant. Bryant will keep it himself, bring it across the timeline. Guarded by Berquist, over to Collazo, thought about the three, double pump, dribbles left side, finds a double team. Over to Lewis, back to Collazo. Collazo guarded by Bonin, top of the key. High screen set by McCann. Collazo lost it underneath, and underneath Coach Eastonai. Out of bounds will go to Crown Point.
I think the crowd is booing on every call because they want it to go their way.
Indians fans can't believe it. They want their team to get back in this one, but the time ticking away on the inbounds. There'll be a 30-second timeout, and Crown Point will call that one. We'll keep it right here for the short timeout.
Well, I'm sure Coach Swan is setting something up because they are pressing man-to-man and so forth. They are very disorganized down here. I think he's trying to set up a situation to get the ball first inbounds and clear the guy out from there and go one-on-one.
Folks, tonight's game is underwritten in part by the State Farm Agency of Bob Reese in Crown Point, located at 152 West Joliet Street. Bob Reese State Farm is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, and in evenings by appointment can be reached at 663-7337. Bob Reese State Farm is a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics on the Region Sports Network. And after the timeout, it'll be Crown Point on the inbounds. Berquist gets it on the baseline and guarded in the backcourt by Nathan Cherry. Berquist gets it across the timeline over Stefanovic left wing. Stefanovic guarded by Bryant. Crown Point turns it over. Recovered by Collazo, looking to hand it off, get fancy, Collazo had it. Collazo keeps it all the way and lays it up with the right hand. Collazo is finding another gear, and he's got a bunch of points in this half. Can't count them up right now. Things are moving too quickly. 64-52. Bulldog advantage. Other side with it was Bergquist, and Bergquist will draw the foul underneath.
They're allowing Portage to bump and all the way down the floor without the call. You go for the basket, you try to shoot, foul's called. But there's a lot of bumping going on that's not being called. I'm not saying that just because it's Portage that's doing that, but they are committing the foul. Guys, got to hit free throws.
I got 25 points for Jordan Collazo on the night right now. 64-52. Crown Point with the lead as they missed the 1-and-1. Underneath was Collazo, had it slammed away by Grant Galen, but they'll call the foul as Jordan Collazo will go back to the line as he's 9 for 9 from the stripe tonight.
You take the ball to the basket, they'll call foul. All the way down, 1-on-1, they don't call anything.
Well, they've been
consistent.
I'll tell you what, they've been letting them, slam against each other off the ball underneath. But as far as the ball handlers go, they have been getting every call thus far tonight. And Collazo misses his first free throw of the evening. So he will be held at 25 points as of right now and working on a 12-point deficit for his Indians, looking to play another game tomorrow night. This is the semifinal of sectional number 2 in the 4A state tournament. Second free throw for Collazo is good. Winner will advance and play the winner of the second game that will follow this one, Maryville and Chesterton, and we'll have it right here for you on the Region Sports Network. Off the make, it's Josh Bergquist over to Sasha Stefanovic. Now it's Galen. Stefanovic rotates baseline, guarded by Bryant. Back out to Galen. Galen, 18 points in the first half, just held to a bucket in the 3 here in the second. Stefanovic over to Jeffers in the backcourt. Now it's Bonin left wing. Blake's been quiet tonight as well with just 10 points on the night after a 23-point performance against Valpo on Tuesday night. Feed underneath for Grant Galen. Galen was looking for the shot and will draw the foul, and Galen will go to the line for 2.
Good patience there that time by Crown Point. They end up getting 2 free throws with the clock stopped. By the way, it's 10 free throws or 10 fouls against Portage. So everything from now on is 2 shots.
So that's a 4th foul against Shamari Lewis. Lewis has been quiet tonight with just a bucket, 0 for 4 from the line. He's averaging over 7 a game on the season. First free throw for Galen is good. So that'll take Galen to 23 on the evening.
You can't go down there and hit 1 out of 2 every time.
And he missed the second, and the rebound brought down by Tim Bryant, who gets it out to Collazo. 3-pointer, Jordan Collazo, top of the key, scores. 28 on the night for Jordan Collazo. Single-digit lead for Crown Point, the lowest since the first quarter. Turnover by Crown Point, recovered by Kanan Cooper. Cooper keeps it himself. Dishes outside to Collazo, double pump outside. Now it's Cooper for 3, no good. And looking for the save was Shamari Lewis, but he couldn't. Ball bounced to the weak side. There was nobody over there, and they'll give it back to Crown Point.
They need to get the ball up against Crown Point or Portage's press.
65-56.
There's a foul right there. There's another foul.
4 minutes.
There's 3 fouls
to go. Kanan Cooper getting physical with Josh Bergquist. Bergquist keeps it himself. Can't find the bucket. Strong side rebound Portage. Jordan Collazo keeps it. Cross court for Cooper. Cooper for 3. It's good. Kanan Cooper from the left side. 65-59 Bulldogs. The lead was 22. It is 6 now. 4:17 left to go on the 4th. Josh Bergquist with it for the Bulldogs. Long 2 for Stefanovic is no good. Rebound Tim Bryant. Bryant keeps it himself to the left side. No good, but Tim Bryant will draw the foul and go to the line for 2. Coaches said it at halftime, they got to chip away. Chip away, chip away, chip away. And they have been right at the shoulders of Jordan Collazo, who has 25 points in the second half and has brought his team all the way back from a 22-point deficit. It's 65-59 with 4:01 left to go in regulation.
We could cut this lead to 4.
Tim Bryant with 2 shots from the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 on the night. 66% free throw shooter on the year. First of 2 is off the back of the rim.
Was it 0 for 5?
No, Lewis was 0 for 5.
Oh, okay.
Bryant is now 2 for 3.
That's an important missed free throw. See if Crown Point can rebound the missed shot here.
Tim Bryant staring at the rim, taking his time. The senior trying to extend his career at Portage High School. Makes the second of 2. 5-point lead for Crown Point. Portage puts on the man press. It's Bryant working on Stefanovic. Stefanovic dribbles right side, finds a double team. Back out to Jeffers. Jeffers left side for Berquist. Berquist now to Galen, working on 22. Bryant knocks it away, recovered by Bonin. Bonin drives baseline, outlet bounce pass to Galen. Galen with it, can't find a shot. Now it's Jeffers. Jeffers to Bonin. Now it's Berquist. Berquist working on Caden Cooper. Holds on to it, back to Blake Bonin, picks up the dribble near center court. Bonin guarded by Bryant, hands it off to Berquist. Now it's Stefanovic, top of the key to Galen. Galen lost it and tipped away by Shamari Lewis. Lewis smacking his hands on the floor. He knew it would have went out of bounds either way, but he gives the inbounds play to Crown Point. 65-60 Bulldogs. 3:27 left to go. It's Berquist now for Crown Point, guarded by Cooper. Berquist near center court, dribbles with his left hand. Dribble drive left side, now back out to Sasha Stefanovic. Stefanovic, right wing drive. Layup, right hand, no good. Jeffers looking for the putback, can't get it. Weak side rebound, Collazo. Collazo drives to the right side, off the backboard, and good!
No.
And the foul!
Oh, offensive foul.
And it'll be an offensive foul. They'll call the charge on Collazo. What a play there. Setting his feet underneath was Stefanovic. Indians can't believe it, as it was Jordan Collazo looking to cut the lead to 3. And the last time it was that low, it was 4-1. So Crown Point with the inbounds. It's Stefanovic. Gets it in the Galen, kicks it back to Sasha. We'll have a scoreboard update for you on the next timeout. Stefanovic, top of the key. It's Jeffers, the Galen, right wing. Galen underneath. Had it knocked away
Another
by
key
Bryant, and they will call the foul.
I really do not know why Crown Point is attacking the basket. They got a 5-point lead. You know they're probably, Portage is probably going to foul.
So the foul will go against Bryant. That's his second. Going to read you some scores. This scoreboard update is brought to you by the Smith Auto Group. Finals tonight. Munster with an 8-point victory over West Side as Stefanovic makes the first.
Huge free throw.
Bishop Knoll 56, Boone Grove 48, and Washington Township ends the count season an 18-point victory for Township, 53-35. At the end of 3, Roosevelt 51, Gavitt 41. Also at the end of 3, Andrean 42, New Prairie 31. Brought to you by the Smith Auto Group, 3 Northwest Indiana locations. That's 2 brands, 1 name, Smith Chevrolet.
No.
So after the by Stefanovic, it was Collazo underneath and had it knocked away. They'll say it was knocked away by Crown Point and give it to Portage.
This is an important possession for Portage. I think Crown Point has to do a really good job here defensively.
So Stefanovic now guarding Cooper, and it's inbound for Portage. Thought about the 3 to Lewis, and then drives the lane and lays it up off the glass. Shamari Lewis with the basket. 67-62 Bulldogs. 4 points for Lewis. Other way, it's Stefanovic. And Stefanovic can't get it. Offensive foul called against Sasha. Tyler McCann underneath drawing the charge. And the turnover going back to Portage. So some substitutions coming in now. No Morales checks back in for the Bulldogs as Stefanovic will have a seat.
This is an important possession for Portage. They need to come down and score here. Cut it to a 1-possession game.
5-point lead for Crown Point, who has led by as much as 24. Collazo for 3, no good. Fighting for the rebound underneath is everybody. Recovery by Berquist, and Berquist was looking to kick it back, and a whistle on the floor.
It was a foul.
Bergquist was fouled. They'll go to the other end, and in the double bonus now are the Bulldogs, and they'll shoot 2. Foul will go against Collazo. That's his 4th. So Jordan Collazo with 4 fouls.
Well, if he hits both free throws, that's a 3-possession game.
4 fouls and 27 points by my count on the night for Jordan Collazo. First free throw for Bergquist is good. He's 5 for 5 from the line tonight at 11 points. Second free throw for Josh, no good. Rebound, Tim Bryant.
1 out of 2.
Bryant brings up the weak sideline, lays up left hand, is good. Bryant scores. 4-point lead for Crown Point. Minute 53 to go. Blake Bonin gets it off the inbound press and look at outlet. And Rick Snodgrass is begging for the call. He won't get it. It'll go back to Crown Point on the inbound.
We got a lot of guys hiding from the basketball right now. You know you're probably going to get fouled. Come back to the ball.
Both teams in the bonus. Both teams with 3 timeouts. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Timeout on the floor.
And it'll be a timeout. Full timeout, Crown Point. And we'll take one as well, folks. 68-64, Crown Point. Don't go anywhere. 1:48 left in regulation. Right here on the Region Sports Network. The only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
It's an important possession for
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, sky trail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Schererville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
After Crown Point timeout, inbounding the ball is Josh Bergquist.
You don't need to shoot. You do not. Oh, he got fouled, yes.
Bergquist will get fouled by Tim Bryant. We want to thank everyone for sticking with us here tonight on another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. What a ball game we have for you, folks. 68-64, Crown Point in the first of a doubleheader right here tonight from Maryville High School. What do you got, Coach?
Somebody sneaking down the floor.
So 2 shots in the double bonus.
Very important free throw.
Jeffers takes the lead to 5.
If he can hit this, it'll be a 2-possession game, which means they got to hit 2 threes to tie it up.
At one point tonight, folks, the Crown Point Bulldogs in the first half had a 22-point lead over the Portage Indians. And on the heels of Jordan Collazo, Portage has creeped their way back through the second half. It's 70-64 with 80 seconds left to go. Collazo keeping it. Layup no good. Rebound, Bryant off the glass. Putback attempt is good. 4-point game, 70-66. 12 points in the night for Bryant. Man press for Portage. It's Bergquist having a tough time. Morales gets it across the timeline to Galen. Galen to Bonin. Bonin finds a double team, gets it back out to Crown Point, and they'll set their offense. Jeffers left wing in the backcourt. Bonin rotates around to the baseline. Bounce pass, Bergquist. Bergquist working on Cooper. Back to Bonin. Tenacious defense by the Portage Indians right now. Bonin on the left wing. A mismatch against McCann.
Smart play.
And Tyler McCann will commit the foul and send the point guard of the Bulldogs to the line for 2 shots.
It's very important that people come and meet the pass. You know, Portage has to be very tired right now. They've been pressing this whole last quarter.
Yeah. 10 points on the night for Blake Bonin. First free throw is no good. Blake had 23 against Valparaiso on Tuesday night. He has been quiet tonight, 2 for 4 from the perimeter, where he was 7 for 9 on Tuesday night. Second of 2 coming from Blake Bonin is good. 71-66.
Important possession here for Portage.
Jordan Collazo across the timeline. Long three off the front of the rim. No good. And the rebound will go off of Grant Galen and back to the Indians.
I take that back. You know, Crown Point has the size advantage, but I'll tell you, Portage is doing a good job on him.
Collazo off the inbounds to Tim Bryant. 16-foot jumper. No good. Strong side rebound for Noah Morales.
My goodness.
And reaching in was Tyler McCann. And put Morales on his can. And they'll call the foul against Tyler. And it looks to me that will be... That's the fifth foul against Tyler McCann.
He's done a nice job.
He's done an excellent job tonight. McCann has given Nick Jeffers absolute fits underneath the basket. He's held Crown Point's leading scorer to just one field goal on the night. Jeffers averaging 18 a game coming into this one. And Tyler McCann, the senior, will foul out and have to watch the rest of this one from the bench.
Well, Crown Point took both guys off the free throw line, so they have no one up there right now.
So the first one for Noah Morales is no good. And an empty set for Crown Point. Second one is good. So bringing it up the floor for the Indians with a 6-point deficit is Collazo. 30 seconds left to go in this one. Collazo gets it to go. 4-point game, 72-68. And Rick Snodgrass will call the timeout.
I think here on the inbounds pass, they're going to foul immediately. I'm just guessing.
They have to, right? It's a 4-point game.
You know, it's a two-possession game right now. And that is if you hit a three.
Sure.
But I think they're going to foul. So I'd get the ball in the hands of the best free throw shooter I can find. I will say this: Portage has really come back and made this a ball game. They've done an excellent job.
You're listening to Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW Crown Point, WRTK Paxton, Illinois, and streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. We'll reset if you're just joining us. 72-68, Crown Point with a 4-point lead over the Portage Indians. The Indians have come all the way back from a 22-point deficit in the first half. They went in the locker room at halftime with a 19-point lead to Crown Point. It was 24-6 after one. And again, Jordan Collazo has just put up fireworks here in the second half. 28 points on the night for Jordan. Most of them
took Stefanovic out of the ball game.
So Stefanovic has a seat. Crown Point will inbound. 29.97 seconds left to go in regulation in a 4-point game. Blake Bonin on the inbound gets it into Morales. Back to Blake, and Bonin will be fouled by Kanan Cooper, and it didn't look like he wanted to do that, but the referee will call it.
Well, that's a smart thing to do. 21.2 left in the ball game. Blake has 2 shots.
It was unintentional. Cooper didn't mean to do that. It looked like he had his hand extended, but the referee from the backside will call the foul. Again,
I don't know why he doesn't have 2 guys up there, make it a normal situation for a shooter.
So third foul of the night for Kanan Cooper, and the first of 2 for Blake Bonin is good. That gives him 12 on the evening and extends the lead to 5 for the Bulldogs. 27.2 left. As Coach mentioned, no Crown Point uniforms on the sides of the free throw line, and it's indifferent because Blake Bonin made both of his free throws. Bring it up quickly as Collazo. Collazo keeps it on Morales. Fake shot for Jordan Collazo is good. A little floater from 8 feet on the baseline, and Rick Snodgrass cannot believe that his guard did not get a foul on that play.
How many points he got? He's done a lot. Just a marvelous job.
A lot. It's got to be 30, maybe 31, 32. Been a lot of scoring in this game. 74-70, 20.8 to go in this one as Rick Snodgrass calls the timeout, and we'll keep it right here for this timeout. Want to remind everyone this is the first of 2 games we're bringing you tonight on 90.5 FM and regionsports.com. Immediately following this one, we'll send it over to Nathan Laird in the Region Sports Network studios, and then we'll come back, and Tim Rankin and I will bring you Maryville and Chesterton, who will be tipping it off with a chance to advance, and they will play the winner of this ball game tomorrow night for the Sectional 2 championship.
Tell you one thing. The passer can run the baseline. He can go back and forth because there was a score. I hope Coach told him that rather than staying stationary.
And remind everyone to stick with us after the game is over. Coach East and I will be giving away our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Berry Brothers, amongst other awards. On the inbounds, Blake Bonin gets the ball and is fouled by Tim Bryant. Need to mention that we'll also be giving away our United Federal Credit Union Big Money Play of the Game. Coach East will name that one, even though he made me do it last time, but he'll do it this time. Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Crowell Companies, and also our Lincoln Carryouts Super Sub of the Game, brought to you by Lincoln Carryouts. In Crown Point at the line for two is Blake Bonin. He sinks the first, extends the lead to 5 at 75-70 with 19.1 to go. Cannot mention it enough. You have to credit the heart of the Portage Indians coming out of the locker room and chipping away at that lead. Second free throw is good for Bonin. Picked up by Collazo across center court. 16 seconds in a 6-point game. Collazo, top of the key, drives the lane. Spin move, good. He can't miss.
He's tough.
Coming underneath.
He's tough.
Lays it up and in. Over 30 points on the night for Collazo. Lead once again is 4. 11.3 to go. Another timeout for Rick Snodgrass. That'll be his final timeout of the night.
How much time left?
11.3 seconds left to go.
Well, if they get the ball in the hands of a shooter, I would get the ball in the hands of Blake Bonin. And he seems very confident up there. I don't think Portage would come back and win. But I've been wrong before.
Hey, there's a lot of time left. 11.3 seconds left in this one. Crown Point has, in fact, been making their free throws tonight. Very good shooting percentage from the stripe for the Bulldogs tonight. You have to think that that will continue down the home stretch of regulation in this one, and a 4-point lead as the Indians have come all the way back from 22 down in the second half on the heels of their senior point guard Jordan Collazo, who's looking to extend his season.
I look at the Crown Point student section. Who do I see in the back row standing by herself? It's my daughter.
Oh. That's who you were waving at over there.
She's clapping hands. She's nervous. She's a nervous Nellie. Dear.
All right, after the timeout, it's Noel Morales underneath. Portage with the man press, and Morales will have to call a timeout.
They got two players going to the ball.
So Crown Point will take a full timeout, and we'll take one as well. We'll come back with the final 11.3 seconds of regulation here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
The city of Crown Point is proud to support the Crown Point Bulldogs. Go Dogs! Crown Point has a unique community spirit and is the ideal place to live, work, and play. Our residents and guests enjoy award-winning amenities like our unique shops, family-owned restaurants, premier golf courses, and 4-star schools, all in a historical downtown with year-round events. For more information, the website is crownpoint.in.gov. Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
Back with the inbound play for Crown Point. Morales gets it in to Nick Jeffers, and Jeffers fell to the floor. Every player in red was calling for the travel, and Rick Snodgrass pacing up and down the floor cannot believe the call as they will call the foul.
I thought that was a travel.
Yeah, they'll call the foul against Portage, so Nick Jeffers will go to the other side of the court, and he will shoot 2 shots as the Indians desperately need the ball back in a 4-point game and 9.7 seconds left to go. Nick Jeffers missed the first free throw. Jeffers with a quiet game tonight once again. Just 8 points on the evening, 4 for 6 from the line. Second of 2 coming. Shot is up, and he gets the bounce. It's good. So Jeffers sinks the second.
Well, if they don't foul here, this should be the end of the game. I do not believe that Portage has any more timeouts.
They do not. 77-72, 9.7 seconds left to go. Bringing it up quick is Jordan Collazo. Collazo, 3-ball, top of the key. No good. Rebound, Nick Jeffers, 2.9 seconds left. And Jeffers draws the foul. Foul will go against Tim Bryant. And Nick Jeffers coming across the timeline to a standing ovation from the Crown Point student section and fans. With 2.4 seconds left to go in this semifinal. Nick Jeffers looking to put it away here for the Bulldogs.
He's done a nice job. I tell you, the coach for Portage, Richard Snodgrass, has been there for I don't know how many years, but this is his best team, and he has been very patient with them. They're playing the style of ball that makes it very difficult. They have a key player.
They have shown some guts tonight, Coach. And
yes,
I know you recognize that. You got to give them credit for being down the way that they were in the first quarter. Just got beat up by the Bulldog offense, and they have found their way all the way back. Cut the lead to 4, but just couldn't take that last step against these Bulldogs, who have fought valiantly in this one, as Nick Jeffers makes the first of 2. Takes the lead to 6, 78-72.
It's been somewhat of a high-scoring game at 78-72. Oh, my gosh. I didn't think anybody was capable of those kind of figures.
Twice as many points, almost exactly as we saw on Tuesday night in the Crown Point Valpo game, which ended 37-35. So Nick Jeffers at the stripe with a 6-point lead. Second of 2 shots is good.
That's the game.
Inbounds pass, 3-ball shot down by Brian Mehall. And that is the end of the game, folks. The Crown Point Bulldogs advance, and they will move on to the sectional final tomorrow night, and will play the winner of Chesterton and Maryville. Congratulations to the Crown Point Bulldogs, and a very good congratulations as well to the Portage Indians, who will end their season at 17-9 and fought valiantly tonight, but just couldn't find enough in them to defeat the Crown Point Bulldogs, as once again 79-72, Crown Point with the victory. The teams shake hands at center court. Coach East and I will come back, give away some awards, wrap things up for game one of this doubleheader. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegionSports.com.
Blue collar. Who do you give the blue?
Planning on traveling to Indy for the state finals? Embassy Suites is located in the heart of Indianapolis. Embassy Suites is connected to Circle Center with many entertainment and dining options. All guests can enjoy 2-room suites with bedroom and living room and complimentary hot breakfast each morning. Embassy Suites Indianapolis, 317-236-1800 or 1-800-EMBASSY.
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
Smith Ford on Route 2 in Lowell is Northwest Indiana's straightforward, no-bull Ford dealer. Smith Ford has a great selection of new Fords, like the new Fusion and C-Max hybrids, that are rated at 47 miles per gallon highway and city. Smith Ford also has a selection of fine pre-driven vehicles, and the service and parts departments are open 6 days a week to get you in and out in a timely fashion. Smith Ford on Route 2 in Lowell. The website is smithfordlowell.com.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, sky trail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Cherryville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
Green 18! Green 18!
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
Welcome back, folks. Another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. Visit ChevyDriveChicago.com. Wrapping up this one. Crown Point advances tonight a 77-70 victory over the Portage Indians. We're going to give away some awards as the teams for game number 2 are on the floor, and we'll do this quickly as we're going to have to send it back to Nathan Laird and come back for the second of a doubleheader. So, running down the scoring real quick, Jordan Colazzo leading all scorers tonight with 31 points, Tim Bryant with 12, Nathan Sherry with 2, Shamari Lewis with 2 for the Indians, Kanan Cooper added in 12, Tyler McCann with a bucket as well. These are unofficial scores right now for the Bulldogs. Can't even add it all up right now. Grant Galen with over 25. Blake Bonin contributed 12. And then the scoring was very spread out for the Bulldogs. But we have to get to our awards and move forward in this one. First one, Coach, our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game. That's brought to you by Berry Brothers. And our blue-collar player of the game tonight is Coach.
You didn't mention his name very often, but he did the job. Tyler McCann.
Okay.
Only scored 2 points, but I'll tell you what, he got a number of rebounds. He held Nick Jeffers, who's about 5 inches taller than him, at bay and so forth. But you've got to give a credit to where credit's due, and I think Tyler McCann would be the blue-collar player of the game.
Excellent choice. Tyler McCann ends his season tonight for the Indians, but gets the blue-collar player of the game. That's brought to you by Berry Brothers, providing quality work and safety footwear and apparel. Since 1946, they are a blue-collar store for the blue-collar worker, located a half-mile north of 8094 on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. Next, Coach, our United Federal Credit Union Big Money Play of the Game, and that's underwritten by United Federal Credit Union. Coach, our big money play of the game, a lot of nominees to go over tonight. What do you think?
Well, you know, any of the 5 or 6 threes that Grant Galen hit the first half would be the play of the game, because without that lead in the first half, I don't think Crown Point would have won the ball game.
Yeah, Grant Galen with 18 points in the first half, 3 free throws, 5 3-pointers, 5 for 7, and actually got 2 more in the second half. So a 24-point performance for Grant Galen. One of those threes in particular extended the lead to 20 in the first half for the Bulldogs, and for all intents and purposes put this one away despite the efforts of the Portage Indians in the second half. Next, Coach, we're going to name our Lincoln Carryout Super Sub of the Game. That's underwritten by Lincoln Carryout on North Main Street in Crown Point. Lincoln Carryout, home of the Italian Submarine and the Steelworker Sandwich, our super sub of the game.
Well, I have to give it to Tim Bryant. Tim was averaging double figures. I looked at and I said, wow. But he ended up getting how many points tonight? He got double figures, didn't he?
Tim Bryant had 12 points.
Yes, I don't think anybody from Crown Point came off the bench to score.
He was absolutely excellent with Bryant tonight in the second half, alongside Jordan Colazzo, making big buckets and just playing unbelievable full-court defense and using every ounce of energy that they had in those bodies to try to get themselves back in this one. The senior duo just falling a little short to the Bulldogs tonight. Lastly, our Crowell Companies Lenserman Superhero of the Game, brought to you by Crowell Companies. They are your insurance superheroes, proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Two stick out for me, one from both teams tonight, Coach.
Well, I think Jordan Collazo just took the game over the second half. I don't know how many points he got the second half, but he got a bunch. He ended up with what?
He had by my count, he had 31 points.
36 here.
36. Okay, so I missed some.
Yeah.
He had 36. He had 2 in the first half.
Tim Bryant was the only other. Well, no, Kana and Cooper got 13, but I think Jordan Collazo just became the player of the game. He was unbelievable.
He had 34 points in the second half. He just had a field goal in the first half and put his team on his shoulders and scored 34 points in the second half. Have you ever seen that before in all your years?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it 34 in one half?
Yeah, because I watch pro basketball.
I'm talking about here.
No, I haven't.
At high school. That's unbelievable. The senior for Portage, 34 points in the second half, 36 on the night. He is our Crow Company's Lantern Man, superhero of the game. Crow Companies with offices open from 9 to 9 Monday through Friday, Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are your insurance superheroes and proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. We're going to wrap things up for the first of this doubleheader here from Maryville High School. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on 90.5 FM and on the internet at regionsports.com is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, the MVP of MPGs, the Crow Companies, your insurance superheroes, Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946, McShane, Business Products and Solutions since 1921, the Lake County agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. They are your Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, driving the American dream. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, design, and sign. Blue 82 in St. John, food, friends, and fun. Morris Baseball and Softball Center, providing elite instruction. The Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, putting the numbers to work. Jack's Warehouse, great entertainment for the whole family. Triple Crown Baseball and Softball Academy, where the All-Stars train. Smith Chevy in Hammond and Smith Chevy in Lowell, we go the extra mile. Smith Ford in Lowell, your No Bull Ford dealer. United Federal Credit Union, banking made easy and by the Town Club Restaurant. Steak and seafood for 65 years. Special underwriters of tonight's broadcast. We're Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. Great prices, no begging. BSN Sports providing game-changing solutions for schools. Gino's Steakhouse, delectable steaks, pasta, and seafood. Jelly Pancake House, not just your ordinary restaurant. Franciscan St. Anthony Health. Sports Medicine Institute, improve performance and avoid injury through training. Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine, the city of Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834. Z Alloy Metal Distribution, Crown Point Industry backing the Bulldogs. Bob Reese, State Farm, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. The executive producer of sports here on the Region Sports Network is Chris Ramirez. Our chief engineer is Mike Bonaventura. Our coordinating producer is Nathan Laird, and our game producer for this one was Nathan Laird as well. A special thank you to Jody McManus over at 90.5 FM, the station manager there. The athletic director here at Maryville High School is Janice Puliza, and of course all of our listeners on 90.5 and on regionsports.com. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you so much for joining us in the first of this doubleheader, and don't go anywhere. The second of 2 teams for this sectional championship will be determined. Tip-off in just 12 and a half minutes. We're going to send it back over to Nathan Laird in the Region Sports Network studios. He'll take it for a few minutes, and he'll come back. Tom Branken and I will have the second of 2 games here from Maryville High School. For my partner, the Hall of Famer, Coach Jim East, it was a pleasure, sir, as always.
I will be here tomorrow night.
Yes, we will. We will join you tomorrow night for the sectional championship as the Crown Point Bulldogs will face either Maryville and Chesterton, and we're going to find out who that is in just about 12 minutes. My name is Brandon Alexander. Thank you once again so much for joining us, folks. Stay tuned. Going to take a time out, kick it back over to Nathan Laird in the RSN studios, and Tom and I will have the second game for you from Maryville High School right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.